Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Top, yes, great. Welcome at INDIGO Classes here at NLGD. Today is going to be a great day. We have got 2 tracks for you with talks and all sorts of interesting stuff, also related to your career in the games. What school are you guys from? I'm just kind of looking at, what, Amsterdam? Yeah, what? Groningen. There you go. What, Hans Hogeschool? Okay, great. And Media College? Yeah? Anybody from Breda? Yeah, NHTV? Good. HKU? HKU. From the press? I see some guy. Yes, there, the press. Thank you. Hey, Arjan. Yeah. All right, great. Well, my name is JP van Seventer. I'm from the Dutch Game Garden. We're putting on these talks today. This is Romar, our trusted assistant here. It's going to be very helpful getting everything running. Did everybody sign up at their laptops? Anybody who hasn't yet? You can admit it. All right, when you're done after this, please sign up to your name so we can register who's been here. Okay, great. Now this should work. Yes. And it's really important that you leave your headsets when you're done. This might be an obvious thing, but it's good to know anyway. People will be checking you, and there's going to be a scanner, a body scan, all that stuff. Now please just leave those things, because we'll need them for next sessions, and they're obviously not a giveaway. Okay, just a quick one on the Dutch game industry, guys. You realize that the latest count of the Dutch game industry is 300 companies. When I'm an old guy, I got into the industry in '98, it was 12 companies I could work at. So there's been a really expansive growth in the Netherlands. A good part of that has to do with, and I'm going to explain that in a second, this is actually the report that actually measured and checked all the games companies. This came out in the fall. Anybody who's interested in this, you can come and check at the INDIGO booth, and we can get you information on. If you want to read on the figures in the Dutch game industry, it's very helpful. Basically some facts here. It's interesting that half of our revenue generated here is by serious applied games, and half is entertainment games, which is quite a high ratio for a country such as the Netherlands. Most other countries it's not quite 50-50. Well, you can meet some of these yourself. The average studio size is 5, which means that if you've got a guerrilla here with almost 200, it means there's a lot of them that are only 1 and 2 people. And that's because this is your chance, this is your generation, because this is the generation of digital downloads, mobile gaming. You can build a studio again with 1 or 2 people. So high focus on digital distribution. Interesting figures. If you want to know more about that, get that information from that report. We're celebrating 10 years of game education, which is really one of the reasons why we've had such an explosion of Dutch companies. Just to see, this is what it looks like right now. These are all the Dutch schools that have some kind of program, whether it's a minor or a full bachelor or even a master's, a university or a HBO level. Of course, HKU is the one that started in 2002-03 with two different game design programs, but we're closely followed by NHTV, HVA, and other schools in the Netherlands. Just to kind of prove to you that something's up with this Dutch game scene, I just listed all the IGF nominations of the Dutch companies and Dutch students of the last 7 years. And we had the first IGF nomination, the Blob, in 2007, and the latest ones were this last month, two teams from the NHTV, but we've not had a winner yet. So the challenge to you guys here is that you guys are going to be providing the winning team next year. So if you guys don't know what IGF is, please sign up. This is the biggest deal. If you win this, you're the best student team in the world. So just check this out. I think you have to sign up somewhere in the fall. But I'm really proud of this list because it shows that our schools are doing well, but now we need a winner. So who's going to win this? Anyone here have ideas, plans to win this? You guys are also polite. See, Americans all raise all their hands and say, yeah, we're going to do this. So who's going to win this? Yes, excellent. All right, we already have 3 winning teams right there. So we're from the Dutch Game Garden. We're in Utrecht. We're actually right there. Can you see that? We have a big building full of games companies, about 40 right now. So it's 5 floors of fun. Basically, some of these logos you may know. You know, Ronimar Games are in our building. They've been with us for 5 years. Flambeer, hard to miss. The most copied game company in the world. Like this game, but also Luftrausers has just been ripped off recently. We've got Dimme van der Hout with Monkey Business. We have Fingal guys in her building, which this was actually a graduate project, so this was developed during school, and they were best-selling iPad game for a couple of months in the top 10. So just for you to realize what you can achieve when you're still in school. We also have wacky projects like this. Has anybody ever tried this? No? You can actually compete on whip and kips. So basically, you can. Yeah, that's good English, isn't it? Yeah, whip and kip. Basically, it's for all ages, and basically, the one who rocks fastest wins. So this is all the crazy stuff we do in our building. This is kind of a summary of what we do. If you want to know more about us, come and check us out. You also know us from Indigo. Who's been to Indigo in the past? Whoa. Not quite a lot. This is the best collection of student games and young developers in the Netherlands. Every year we have it in the fall now, and we have a small selection here on these cabinets. But if you want to see the real Indigo, it's about 30 projects. And if you have a good game coming out this summer and you want to demo it to the rest of the world and to Guerrilla and whoever is trying to hire people, then come and check it out and let us know. Global Game Jam, who has ever participated in that? Good thing, a little more hands. We've been coordinating this for the last 5 years, and we had over 500 participants this year, and we had 83 games built in January. So next January, it's 48 hours of game building in 5 locations in the Netherlands. We also do other experimental stuff. Who's ever heard of the business model canvas? Okay, that's actually more hands than I expected in this scene. But that's great. It's actually a simple visual tool to visualize your business model, and we're going to be participating together with the organization behind this to build a game where you can play your business models. This is going to be happening in June. If you want to know more about it, check out canvasthegame.com. The Blob today. Who's heard of the Blob? Yeah, I know. We've all have heard the Blob. Actually, everybody's sick of the Blob, right? It's time for a next story like this. But the guy who bought the Blob is here today, Andrew Walker, and he was working for THQ in 2007, and that deal was a big deal to get negotiated behind the scenes. And this afternoon he's sharing a little bit about the behind the scenes, what went on at the publisher trying to buy this game. In fact, there was a studio already building the Wii Blob before the deal was even finished. So if you want to know more about that, come and hear his talk this afternoon. This is the program for today. We have 2 tracks. One is to how to get a job and basically also how to keep it. We're going to be listening to Delano, who's going to be telling us a little bit about the do's and don'ts when you apply for a job at Guerrilla Games. Then Mary Margaret, who's a well-known recruiter, who's been working in recruitment for at least 20 years in game recruitment in the US. She knows a lot about getting a job and keeping it, and also has lots of ties to US companies. So if any one of you interested in interning in the US, you may want to check and talk to her. And then in the afternoon we have a panel with Jan Bart van Beek from Guerrilla, Michel Maas from Speel Games, and Dimme van der Hout from Monkey Business about your art portfolio and what you should and should not put in there, and what kinds of emails you should be sending if you want to get an art internship. And then Bridget Erkman, she is also a veteran of the industry. She used to work for the original Atari, the real Atari, in California, and she's been in the game business for a long time. She's a producer, but she'll tell you a little bit about her career path and some of the things that she has learned would be very beneficial for you. And then on the other track, we have stuff basically related to the building stuff of your job, like level development. So Chris Magachi is a level designer, so he'll tell you about level design at Ubisoft. Yuri Lefebvre will be drawing on stage and showing you how he puts together an art piece in 25 minutes. Then Andrew Walker will be telling about the Blob and Sarah from Inno Games. If you know Inno Games, anybody heard of Inno Games? Yeah, they're in Germany and they're hiring. And they tell you a little bit about what their philosophy is on hiring people. They do a lot of online social mobile strategy games. Yeah, interesting to know that they are also looking for people. All right, and then in the afternoon, I have a wrap up with the speakers to talk about the Netherlands versus the rest of the world and how to get a job, and just kind of summarize what we've learned today. Excellent. Then, a couple more things. Gamescom Keulen, who's been to Gamescom? Who would like to go to Gamescom? There's actually a program where you can, a limited amount of students can go and get their tickets, to the event and the travel expenses and the lodging funded this year for the first and last time. If you want to know more about that, come and see us at the Indigo stand or send Roma an email. Another thing is we do a game jam every summer, which is called Summer Game Dev, where students from all schools come to our building and build games in 5 days. And you meet lots of other people, and if it's interesting to you and you're bored in the summer, you want to build a game, then come and talk to us about Summer Game Dev. It's really worth exploring, and many people who've taken part of that in the past have started games companies later, so it's really, really good. It's like you're playing games company for a week. All right, that's it. Right now, thanks, have fun. Sign up at the laptops if you haven't done yet, and make sure to remember to leave the headset on the chair when you're done. The session with Chris McIntyre is starting right now here, and Delana Lotman will be starting here in a few minutes. Thank you very much.